Welcome back to StitchPhiles. Take 2. I forgot to hit record. Yeah, I'm an idiot. It's early.
It's a good thing I looked at the little thing.
I know, thank you.
I watched to make sure it's counting down.
Yeah, well, okay. Crap. Yeah, this is take 2. Yeah, sorry. We're back here at the Charlotte GPX Expo. Why is that hard? I can't say impressions. I call it expressions.
Hey, at least you're not trying to say silver broccoli.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So we're back here. Joining us today is Mr. Sean Evans, former Barudan employee, now CIT employee. He's on the finance end of things.
And Sarah, we got Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah's back with us. She so graciously gave up her microphone.
Sarah keeps us on track.
I try.
Not really.
I try.
Really. You try.
Yeah, she holds the reins.
Yeah.
So Sean, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry I didn't hit record. Yeah, so give us kind of your spiel. Getting, you worked for Barudan up until when, and you're moving to finance.
I've been in this industry since I was 18, back in the late 80s. I joined Barudan in 96 when it was McPherson Meistergram, and was with them until 2003. And then
you were out of the West Coast office.
I was out of the West Coast office originally, and then took over territory in Texas, and was there until spring of 03, and then moved into finance at that point. Yep.
He called me one day and he said, I quit. I'm like, why are you quitting? And he said, I got a better opportunity. I said, there is no such thing as a better opportunity than Barudan. Then he told me what he's going to be making, and I said,
that's a better opportunity.
Yeah, it's a better opportunity.
Do they have a second opening, Sean? Can I go?
Can I join you?
That's right. Yeah.
No, but it's been fun. But I think the thing that I've tried to bring to this industry is my history and passion for it, but also, all these things are interconnected with one another, and I think that's part of the success of small businesses, having partners that you trust and equipment that is that supports where you want to grow and take your business and so forth, and that's always kind of been my driving force.
Yeah, you're a good. I kind of steer people. I give people options for, getting their machines purchased, and you're top on the list because of your experience. I think it means a lot to people when you know the ins and outs of the machines as good as we do, and they're coming to you like, hey, we need financing for this machine. So, can you kind of talk to people about how you go through that process, and if somebody's looking to finance, how that works out?
Certainly, and then ultimately, CIT is a bank. We are a little different than most banks in that sense that when you look at financing of any piece of whatever, they're going to look at the credit information first, and then they're going to look at the asset as part of what they're basically loaning money against.
Right.
CIT looks at the company information first, then they look at the ownership structure and the owners second, and they look at the equipment third.
Yeah.
And it's part of the overall puzzle, or the mix, as it were. That's, I think, very helpful, because customers need to understand that this is an investment. It's long term. Mm-hmm. Everything that we do is going to be tied around a risk-based environment. So, obviously, if you've paid you're starting out and you've paid your other bills fine, and you've got a history with mortgage or car loans or student loans or personal loans, that's going to go a long way with regards to helping you with financing on your new adventure.
Yeah.
And then as the business grows from its infancy to maturity, whatever maturity ends up being, how the company performs becomes a big component of it.
Yeah.
So on pay your bills on, finance the first machine, and you come back and looking for additional equipment. It's very simple, because they look at, they borrowed $25,000, they paid it back with no issues, no problem.
Right.
They have a history, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that goes into the process on our side. Mm-hmm. And I think it also helping customers understand what they're doing, and also, are they buying this machine for a short-term need, or are they buying this for a long-term plan as far as their business?
Yeah. What?
What? I mean, there's a lot of leasing companies, finance companies, which is good. I mean, I've always said this. There's certain companies we partner with because we feel comfortable working with them. They know our equipment. They had the same philosophy as us. We want to take care of the customer. We don't just want to let any fly-by-night, finance their machine. But just a brief synopsis of what sets CIT apart from the other companies.
I think the one thing that CIT does, and after kind of looking at the landscape myself for years, CIT's been in this industry one way or the other since before I started with Barudan. Mm-hmm. Back at that time, McPherson Meistergram had a finance arm, and they actually sold paper to CIT.
Yeah.
And so they understand the asset, which is a big thing. Where it is, and then fast forward to where we are today, customers are looking to own the equipment.
Yeah.
They want to own it. The definition of lease versus loan in the finance world has historically been pretty gray. It's becoming very black and white based on the tax codes.
Yeah.
And that's changing the benefit of one over the other. CIT only does loans on equipment for the business. So it's got to be, if you're an embroidery shop and you're buying, screen print equipment, well, that is in the same vein of what you're doing.
Right.
Now, if you're an embroidery shop and you want to buy a tow truck, sorry,
can't help you there. Right?
Can't help you there.
Oh,
that's
shucks.
totally different.
I just ordered a new tow truck. I guess you're not going to finance it.
We can finance that. It's just not. You can't
Not
use
with my credit. You want to try that again? Before
Well,
you
maybe
say
we can-
you can, maybe
maybe
you
we
should
can
look at my
finance
credit
it.
history.
Fair enough. No, but ultimately, it's got to be what we refer to as business essential.
Yep.
So, if it's equipment that is going to help your business grow, and it's something you're going to use on a daily basis, and if heaven forbid, if that equipment was taken away, would it impact your operation? That is kind of the basic minimums that we look at as far as, okay, is this something that is essential for the operation of the company? So that's how we look at the asset portion of it. And then, as I already talked about, some of the credit side of it. Mm-hmm. We have some unique tools that are different than the rest of the market, and the fact that you can pay it off early, you can do principal payoffs, which is unique. And it's something I've found over the years is valuable to customers as they're growing, because they have in their mind, okay, I can afford X amount per month. Before they can get that next machine, they don't want to extend themselves beyond that levels.
Right.
So by paying that first one off, allows them to get the next one. And a traditional lease doesn't allow you to
Correct.
do that.
Yeah.
Because the way that the contracts are structured.
Right.
Sarah, you have a question? Or at least I call him Lease Boy.
Well, you said that. Did you say that?
It could have been in the
Oh,
first
crap, I did mess
lost.
up.
So you messed up.
Hey, guess what, guys? I messed up.
Peter wasn't going, so
Yeah. Sean is named Lease Boy.
Lease Boy. We call him Lease Boy. My wife calls him Lease Boy. So
Yeah.
she'll say, I'll say, I'm going to a show. She, well, is Lease Boy going to be there? And I'm saying, well, just because he says he's going to be there doesn't mean he'll be there, because he stands people up sometimes for.
I think I've only done that once.
That's untrue.
But you did it twice at the once.
twice at the one time.
Yeah.
Remember that time you did?
stood
You
us
did it
up
twice at the one time? At the one time.
place.
At the one time.
That's the way I look at it. No. My wife. My wife loves Lease Boy. I don't know why, but
Everybody
she
loves
likes
Lease
him.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do you not
everybody.
like Lease Boy?
Yeah, and I think we said it on maybe before we recorded, or yeah, he's the fifth man or
No, the
12th.
12th. He's
Yeah,
the 12th.
12th man.
He's the 12th Seahawk.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys had no clue what I was talking about. So.
I had
look up 12th man.
I had an idea where you were going.
You'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's a 12th man because Sean has sold equipment. He understands equipment, and it's just like customers talking to the technicians. We're the evil salespeople. We're going to lie to you and tell you anything we can tell you to get you to buy the machine.
Which is not true.
Which is not true, but when you talk to a technician, and we encourage you to, talk to other Barudan owners, talk to technicians.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, Sean knows the equipment, and if he can tell you the good and the bad and the ugly, and we are fine with that. We got nothing to hide, don't want anything to hide. Matter of fact, if you're not happy, if you're hesitant to buy a Barudan, then don't. I don't mean that in a bad way. We want your experience to be good. We want you to be 100% sure that's what you want.
Yeah, be
we
set
know
up
that
for
once you get it,
success.
you're going to like it. But it is, you take somebody who buys a single head machine, they're going to have what's the average single head deal? 20 grand, 22? By the time everything gets rolled into, I'm for the machine, software, supplies, because you guys do it. You guys do everything, right?
Yeah,
Supplies?
correct. We'll do everything. And we actually have a product that actually goes a little bit different than most companies. Supplies typically are the black sheep of finance because it's air. Mm-hmm. It's something
we call it a consumable. Right?
It is a consumable. So if you're running your business in 6 months, you should have those supplies.
Right.
You'll have some portion of them, of course, but it's like putting gas in your car. You're going to consume it during the operation of.
I guess what my point was, we sell a startup package with supplies and everything for one set price.
Yep.
So, the software and supplies and all that get rolled into it. It doesn't mean people are going to go buy their supplies and finance them. But it just when you're a new customer, there's things that you need, and you don't have to buy them from us. But initially, if you're buying a new single head machine, we can turnkey everything, with the exception of customers and garments.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So you guys will take care of that.
Yeah, we'll take care of the consumables. We'll take care of the turnkey packages and so forth. And ultimately, we have the ability to do. CIT has the ability to do what's called ELF, which is extended line of funding. So if you have a couple jobs that are coming up that are big jobs, and you need an extra $2,500 for supplies and so forth, we can take the machine package and add to that to cover you to have the cash so you can do what you need to do on that first couple jobs, or the marketing, or whatever your thoughts are from that regard. Yeah. And that's something that is unique to what CIT offers. And it's going to be fixed price. It's the same low financing rate that you have with the equipment. You can also get these other things.
And where I was going with this too, I didn't finish my point here, is that I know you have to be unbiased, which I fully expect that, because you lease other brands, you lease other things. But I know a customer will say, well, am I doing the right thing? Should I really buy a Barudan, or should I buy something else? And I know you diplomatically, in a nice way, you'll tell them, we lease these all the time. We know they're good machines. And I always tell people, if they lease, buy, purchase, whatever, finance, I'm stuck on lease because I always call you lease boy. I want to think up another name for you now. I can't call you.
Oh, that is true. You
finance
can't be
boy.
lease boy.
Finance boy. I mean, I just
it
rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah. No.
How about the finance fairy?
Don't get him started.
That's pretty good.
Don't wind me up.
Yeah, we don't need to get this started.
My point to this was, I know you can't be biased, and I wouldn't expect you to, but I think that since you sold them and you worked here and you know the reliability and everything that's good about a Barudan, you can assure them that they're making a good decision. Correct. I would never ask you, and I never have. You know this. You and I have known each other for a long time.
He's been doing this for a long time.
I said it.
Everyone, take a shot.
Shot.
I mean, no, Sean. I mean, we've been in this industry for quite a while.
Yes, exactly.
So
there's another one.
I would never tell anybody. Even I don't say, well, don't buy that. I may say, research it, do your homework, but I would never say it's a piece of junk. Even if it is, I just don't talk bad about the competition.
No, and
you see what I'm trying. I'm not explaining this very well.
And this is been my philosophy, and the guys that I work with now, I try to instill the same thing. Is this is a piece of equipment. There's lots of options in any product that you can look at in the marketplace. There's entry level price point, and there is top of the line.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you've got to be comfortable with the equipment that you have to operate your business, and along with that goes, what does the equipment do for you? Is it producing, in this case of embroidery, is it producing the hats that you want to turn around and give to your customers? Mm-hmm. I've always had the belief that, honestly, it doesn't really matter what's on the outside of the machine, what color it is, what brand it is. If it does what you're comfortable with, then you're buying the right machine.
Correct, yeah.
And I've said this numerous times, regardless if it's embroidery or screen print or digital print or lasers or engravers, take what it is you're trying to do and have them, the brands that you're considering, have them produce it.
Yeah.
And then let that be the decision the ultimate decision for you, because obviously there's economics that go into it. And so
Oh,
forth.
and by the way, I am happy to sew samples for
Yeah,
you. You
yeah.
guys
You're doing
know
that last week.
I did it last
Yeah.
week. I sewed a whole box of
Bags.
purses, handbags, or whatever they were. But I'm happy to do that because I know our machine's going to perform. And I've had people send me hats with your logo. Your logo. I know my logos are good, but if you want to use your logo, whatever. I'm happy in our office. Any of us are happy to sew your samples for you. I just want to throw that in.
I have a question for like the millennials. I feel like people that are building their credit and don't have the mortgage, don't have like, a young person question.
Okay.
What generally do you have like a range of where your credit score should be before you start looking at financing equipment like this?
Certainly. Well, I guess ultimately, business credit and personal credit, in most cases, generally fall in line for customers. How they pay their personal loans, debt obligations is going to mirror how they pay their business. So when you're a new company, we're going to look solely at the personal information, how you've paid car loans or student loans or home loans or other personal loans that you've had, as well as how you manage credit cards.
What about your bookie? Does that count? What if you
Unless he's reporting on your credit, I don't know. Maybe you could be in.
I got a friend that wants to know.
Okay, I was going to say if you happen to have that sort of an account with your bookie, then
Okay.
maybe that's a.
I'll let him know.
He can give you a
text him here in
reference,
just a minute, yeah.
or have your friend get a reference.
Yeah, have your friend
get a reference.
Yeah. It wasn't me personally.
Exactly. So that history is going to go a long ways to helping you. If you don't have it, it's ideal that this is just basic credit building advice. Get a loan, get a small car loan, credit card. As you get older and you have the opportunity to buy a house and so forth, then pay history on that transaction is going to be very important. It's going to kind of set you up for the rest of your life with regards to how you're viewed from a credit risk perspective. Mm-hmm. I think the thing that people forget is obviously with any purchase of equipment or purchase of anything, you can pay cash, you can finance it. And there's a couple of ways of doing the financing on it, and there's obviously a couple of ways of coming up with the cash. You can pull it out of savings, you can pull it out of your checkbook or whatever, but you have to weigh what is your intent. Is it a short-term need? Is it a long-term need? And kind of figure out what is the best vehicle for purchase at that time. There's some equipment in this industry that is something you're planning on paying it off in 12 months. It's probably not something you should be financing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's something you need. It's going to pay for itself in the next 6 months. You should pay for it out of cash. If you have an investment that's a $20,000 piece of equipment that's going to be producing on a daily basis of use, that's something you should look at financing, because that machine's going to be generating the revenue that pays for itself. You can certainly use cash for those situations, but you're taking that cash, that working capital, out of your business. There's an old saying, cash is king. And ultimately, by taking that cash out, what could you be doing with that $20,000 to help grow your business that next 20?
Right.
And so forth. So I think the thing, ultimately, manage, don't extend yourself. We're in a society where we want to have everything now. That's tough. And I think just starting small, proving, and then building on that. And ideally, you don't want to shut down your credit cards. So if you pay them off, take the card and set it aside. Don't touch it, because when you close the card, you're basically eliminating all that history from being of value to you as you mature.
All right, well, we got to wrap this up. Did it answer your question?
It did.
I didn't understand it.
Thank you, Sean.
All I know is my credit sucks and I can't get in Brenda. That's what I got from that.
Maybe someday,
no, you said a tow
if
truck.
you,
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And
said
you're
a
not
tow
buying
truck.
one
He
and
did say
quitting
tow
because I
truck.
don't let you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Don't take this and say,
I won't use that information.
thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to jump off of here.
Well, before we do, we need to talk about dinner last night because it was very exciting.
I'm gonna get
and
there.
Leaf Boy, okay, all right, you do it.
Yeah, I'm going to get there.
Leaf
I just
Boy
want you to...
called us dinner.
He did, yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Will you plug CIT websites and things? And
Yeah, do that.
I will say this too: that the online website, I love it because we can kind of track how things are moving along,
Correct.
Which is really beneficial to me. Like I know if this is happening, this purchase is going to happen, or no, if it gets declined or whatever. I really like the interface. I just want to say that just to you face to face. As a man.
As a man.
Yeah.
Versus the interface.
Yes, interface.
No, thank you. It's CIT.com is our website. And I will get you the information you post on the
we'll
chat,
post it
so
on-
forth, so
that'd be
forth. We do equipment finance for all the equipment in this industry, so there's no limits as far as that's concerned. And regardless if you're a new company, we can help you all the way through mature companies from that standpoint. I'll definitely. I appreciate the transparency with you guys, and the way that we approach it is we're in partnership with our vendors.
Yeah.
And part of that is the communication.
Absolutely.
We have a very open communication where as a sales rep or a vendor, when the customer starts the application, when it's submitted, when it's approved, when docs are out, docs are in.
Yep.
Those notifications go to you. You don't have to proactively call us or us proactively call you. You're going to get an email update notification.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time something changes in that, it comes.
Well,
comes
it's
to us.
important to us. we want to, obviously, selling the machine is the big thing. We want to get the machine sold, but we don't want to sit there and have to get into all the financing stuff. That's not us. That's not us. And it's
I
important for us
can't
to
do
have a
math,
partner
so.
to do that. So we got to get these people.
We gotta
coming in. So
go.
we need to
Coming.
talk about dinner and get out of here.
Yeah, and then we'll have you on. This was kind of
Yeah,
rushed,
we're gonna
but
get you
we'll get
on
you definitely
later
on
on.
back
Yeah.
via phone call. But what about dinner? Do you want to discuss?
Oh, well, just the Greek dinner, the wonderful Spenacotopia or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
So
Lisa
we're
had.
going to close this out. I got a way to do it. So make sure you guys go like, subscribe, comment. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Anywhere you get your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Leave us comments, questions. We'll get to them as we can. And Sean, to close this out, I would love for you to tell the people what you ordered, last night
for dinner
at the restaurant. I want you to say it.
I had a Greek steak.
No. What's the Greek name for it?
Starts with an
Starts
S.
with an S.
Slovakia.
Yes, he did. He had a Greek
Slovakia.
Slovakia.
If you ever have Slovakia, how was the Slovakia?
It was a euro. It was a euro steak. I don't know.
Slovakia.
See, he didn't call it a gyro. He called it a euro,
yeah.
but he calls it soup.
I don't think I pronounced it properly last night.
No,
which
and
is
that's
the
how
whole point
come
of this.
your dinner
Yes.
came late because the guy said, "Well, we don't
We
have
don't have
that. We don't
We've
even make
never
that.
heard
It's
of
not
it."
even on the menu."
Yes, I don't claim to have a full understanding of the English language, let alone the
Nor-
Greek.
we gotta go. We
The
gotta go.
Greek
We got
language.
customers waiting. We gotta
All
sell
right.
some stuff.
Yeah, we got to go sell things. Sean,
Hey,
thank you,
thanks,
buddy.
Thank you very
know,
much.
I love you like almost like a son.
Almost like your son.
He loves you more than me. I promise you that. All right, we'll see you guys next
All right,
time.
thank you.
Peace out.